This is how aliens have evolved in movies over the years. In 1956, aliens were mostly just big, ugly monsters. Take a look at this alien from The Thing from Another World. These types of aliens were often portrayed as being incredibly strong and aggressive, like the creature in The Incredible Shrinking Man. Sometimes they were even radioactive, like the alien in It Came from Outer Space. These classic monster aliens set the groundwork for the more iconic sci-fi aliens that would come later. But then in the 60s, we started getting some really cool aliens. I mean, take a look at this guy from Planet of the Apes. The special effects in this film were groundbreaking, and it really helped to establish what a lot of modern aliens would look like. It also helped to create a more iconic portrayal of aliens as invaders who were hostile towards humans. This was further cemented with the release of Invasion of the Body Snatchers in 1978. These aliens were able to perfectly mimic humans, which created a really terrifying and realistic threat. No special effects needed. But then in the 80s, things got a little silly. I mean, these aliens from Police Academy 2 are just ridiculous. There was a clear effort to make them as goofy as possible, which worked both in front of the camera and behind it as a metaphor for the ridiculous situations the characters would find themselves in. This trend of making aliens more comedic would continue into the 90s with the likes of Critters, and the many different types of goofy aliens in the Power Rangers franchise. But then something interesting happened in the late 90s and early 2000s. We got some really dark aliens. I'm talking about the Xenomorph from the Alien franchise, specifically the one from Alien, Resurrection, and the Predator from the Predator franchise, specifically the one from Predators. Both of these films saw the introduction of new aliens that were much more brutal and violent than anything we had seen before. These aliens weren't just scary, they were nightmarish. They were designed to be as disturbing and unsettling as possible, which is likely a reflection of the darker themes and more violent content that started to emerge in the late 90s and early 2000s. But then in the 2010s, things took a turn for the weird. I'm talking about the aliens from Arrival, A Most Violent Year, and the aforementioned film, The Thing. These aliens were less about being scary and more about being strange and mysterious. They were designed to be as otherworldly and enigmatic as possible, which helped to create a sense of wonder and intrigue rather than fear. But then with the recent release of Nope, we got another type of alien, one that is less about being scary or mysterious and more about being a spectacle. This alien is less of a character and more of a natural disaster. It's something to be gawked at and marveled at, but also something to be terrified of. It's a force of nature that is both beautiful and deadly. So yeah, aliens have come a long way in movies. They've gone from being just big monsters to being complex, terrifying, mysterious and/or inspiring. Who knows what the future holds for them? But one thing is for sure, they will continue to evolve as long as humans do. This has been your host. And until next time, remember, the best way to not get abducted by an alien is to pretend you're a human. That's all for now, see ya.